Hello everyone, this is Camille. Today I'm gonna show how to do a simple face with part of the upper torso. And the technique I use today will be slightly different from the tutorial that I did before, so stay tuned. So first I just lay down a general, really super rough background. And it won't be in detail because my character will block the whole canvas. And then I lay down a quick sketch of this character. So next step, of course, I'm going to create a new layer and choose the color of a dark gray. And I'm gonna use this default Photoshop brush, this one, and I'm gonna a little bit tilt the brush. I'm just gonna block in the general form. And I can choose the eraser brush, erase the parts, like there's a hole in the gap or the gap between the hair. And since I like how the hair flow right here, I'm just gonna go back to my sketch. I'm gonna use magic wand, select empty area, go back to eraser brush. Oh, about the wrong layer. And that's how I get this really sharp, dramatic shape. Well, there are tons of ways of doing it. I'm gonna kind of fix the edge of the side of the face. So now I'm ready for just rendering, plain rendering, apply lighting or stuff. Maybe the hair here. Okay. So first I block the layer. I'm gonna choose like light gray. The lighting will be hitting from like this area. I'm gonna choose the soft brush and apply my general lighting. At this point I'm not worried about if the lighting is overlapping with the area that's supposed to be dark. Yeah, I can tilt my brush or flatten it a bit. I can even adjust the hardness. Now for the hair, I'm gonna unblock the layer again because this teeny bit here didn't have any paint. If I don't like the texture of the brush, I can minimize the spacing. I can adjust the flow too if I feel the pressure is too much. And I'm not going to talk about how to detail a face. Anyone can do it perfectly if they have like basic understanding of art or they have really good observation skill. They can just do a perfect face with a photo reference. So of course I light up the cheekbone and the nose and on the top of the mouth where that's the light usually hit, and the lip. I can just do alt click, quickly select the value I want. I'm gonna use the mixture brush just to blend into the color. Simple layers off. Okay, I'm going to tell you the important thing of doing eyes. Look at the inner tip of the eyes. You want to highlight it. You want to make sure you have that. And same with the outer tips of the eye. And my bottom eyelids. I want to be able to see thickness and how the upper eyelid folds. And I want to enhance the nose. Make sure you have a really super dark color and a nose hole. And for the mouth, you just need to enhance the edge, the very end edge of the mouth. That's enough to tell that's the mouth and the middle. I'm going to give the highlight of the lip, bottom lip. You can always use highlight with your dodge tool. Just do the place that's really need highlights to spice it up. And for the hair, you do from large stroke to small stroke. And if you like, you can turn on the dual brush. In the brush presets, set a setting. Can add some texture. Well, it is metal, so it's gonna have high reflection light. The reason that I use mixture brush instead of smudge is because when you're on the mixture brush function, you paint from the darker tone to the lighter tone. The lighter tone will be applied with this slightly darker tone from the paint that you first start to smudge into. I'm not sure if I explained and then you understand or not. And it's the same thing when you're gonna smudge from the lighter value tone to the darker value tone. The darker value tone will be applied with slightly lighter tone of the area without destroying the detail or the straight line underneath. That's why I don't use smudge tool. I use mixture brush. And you can always zoom in to apply more details. Hopefully I've given you some idea of the creation process of the grayscale character. So I added a silhouette hair and another new layer underneath the original character grayscale layer. And I also just used a selection tool to select out the place that I want the tattoo to be, just gently pen in some to darken color and set the layering overlay. I'm gonna hide the tattoo layer. I'm going to duplicate this group that has my character and the backdrop of hair. Fine it to one layer. And I'm going to add color into this layer. I block it and I have my brush mode and overlay. I choose a yellow color because I wish her to have a blonde hair. Maybe a little bit saturated, kind of like orange. Yeah, adding some highlights of the hair. I feel it's too yellow, so I'm gonna add some green. Actually desaturated green. And the gold metal piece, it's gonna be kind of yellow greenish. I can always adjust my brush mode to color. If I really want to desaturate the yellow right here, I just go to gray and slightly pendant, but it will instantly desaturate it. Or if I like, I can do adding some desaturated green. So here comes the most important tip I'm going to give today. I have this layer. This actually is a random photo of a woman online. In the normal mode, it looks like this. Since I already have the grayscale character illustrated, all I need is just a color. So I will go online, find a photo of a woman's face without a strong directional light, because what I really need is just colors. At this stage, you can quickly apply the color from the photos. It's just a random tip that helps you for the creation process, especially when you're doing commercial works. Your client's only giving you limited time and you want to do it fast. However, if for your own practice, I recommend you apply color by yourself, not from the photo, because it's a practice. The photo of the face doesn't need to be perspective correct, because I'm just gonna use a transform tool to readjust this photo face into my perspective. So everything will kind of line up. And I can just select the photo color, like the skin color, the shade, apply it to my torso and arms, and then I will set this layer and overlay. Remember that overlay enhances color and lighting value, since there's not much color in this photo layer. So I wouldn't set it in color mode. Look at the color mode, it doesn't look that nice. So I would set it overlay. And if you think the whole thing's too dark, you can always adjust the lighting of the photo layer. And for the brass that's on the arm, it's the same thing. Find a photo detail of gold and then set the layer mode in highlight. But I feel highlight in this case is better, so I do highlight. And do not just apply photo without transform, because look at the arm is kind of foreshortening perspective, so you need to kind of transform this photo to fit into the perspective. For this tattoo layer around the eye, I just apply some paint and then set in soft light. It would also reflect the color and the lighting underneath. For the next step, I'm going to select all those layers and duplicate them, form it all into just one layer, lock it to the character layer, and also lock the layer itself. I'm going to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, set it on overlay, opacity to 60, and I would feel the color is too much because overlay enhances the color, so I want to bring down the color and also light it up, and use level to turn up the light, turn up the dark. And I will duplicate this layer. I want to add some yellow to it, so it gives this character the yellow hue. Oh, it's on my color. I can just on my overlay, I could just on the overlay. I can further blur it, and I want the paint to fully cover the character, so I'm going to duplicate this layer, drop it down, so it's gonna be solid. Look, it's like solid right here. I put it on soft light and 50%. I can even give it like more yellow hue on overlay of the brush mode. Maybe just try color dodge. So at this final stage, I'm gonna add a reflection light to pop off the silhouette of the character. Create a new layer, set it in a highlight. Lock to the character layer, and I just usually choose the cyan blue. Have my brush mode normal. Not light enough, so I'm going to highlight it up. Something slightly like that. Very slight. I can even choose slightly different color. Maybe more blue. And I want to have the back hair layer readable, so I'm going to select the shape. I'm going to slightly erase them out. So if I have my selection, you will see the shape of the face is obvious instantly, but it's not perfect, so I can fix the edge with smudge tool. And on hide it, I'm going to inverse the selection. Hide the selection again. I'm going to enhance the reflection light on the face. So I'm just adding a reflection light on places that I think it should be reflected. And there should be some reflection light on the nose, that side of the nose as well. For this part of the hair, it should be kind of blend into the background. So the background color is kind of yellowish and also can distinguish blue reflection light on the face. Let me try to unblock this layer. Yeah, actually I like it better, so I'm gonna unblock it. I don't like the hard edge, so I'm going to blur it. I'm just gonna add a new layer and fix things with real color. I'm gonna duplicate the tattoo layer. And here I'm going to zoom in to add some more detail to the eyes. Alright, I'm gonna add some sharpen, just flatten everything to one layer. Auto high pass. Gonna erase some of it. Also, hopefully that gives you some of the ideas. I'm gonna add a color dodge layer. So color dodge does make a lot of difference. But I think the lighter tone is too bright, so I'm gonna add a level. I'm just gonna mask it off. Yeah, so color dodge makes a huge difference of your lighting.